Hi there, thanks for joining me today. You're probably wondering where on earth I've been. I've been here. I've been working. I had been posting pictures on Instagram, but every time I tried to do a video this week, it was just really challenging. We had a little member of our family, well, not so little anymore, but young, one of our young members of our family, very, very seriously ill. And sick enough to be in hospital for quite a while. So it's been hard for me to sound cheery and upbeat and as if everything's okay. when I, you know what it's like when someone you love is not well, and that not well. So I tried a few times. They ended up in the trash. But the good news is this grandchild is home, got home last night, and is continuing recuperation at home. And we're all happy about that. So I thought I'd give a little mini explanation of where I've been and why it seems like I disappeared, but I didn't disappear, because actually this lady is all done. I got her finished while I was doing my thing, sending out the positive vibes to the universe and all that. So I've got some Tunana bookmarks that still need some finishing. And then I always give the corners a little clip. It makes rounding them a little bit faster than sanding the corners right off. There we go. That's better. This one is for her. This one with the yellow and green is for, it's going to be for Miss Sybil. So we actually need to finish this. And when we finish this bookmark, we can take those tabs off. But I'm really, really happy with how this journal turned out. This is one of those journals where I actually had to say to myself out loud, Catherine, step away from the journal. Because I think I just could have kept going and going and going. And I was just enjoying it so much. And I think there's just a nice balance of cheekiness and curiosity. I really love unusual, curious things in a journal. Things that make you go, those are my favorite kinds of journals, where you sort of turn a page and go, oh, all right, well, I wasn't expecting that. But you know that by now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause. I'm going to start a timer because I can't see my timer. I treated myself to a new phone stand, overhead phone stand, and it's lovely. And I'm really happy about it because I can leave it attached to my desk, but I can push it out of the way. I had been just using an old camera tripod that I found at Value Village, and I literally duct taped a dollar store phone clamp to the top of it. So this is a really nice treat to have an actual really nice one that holds it. I tried one before and it couldn't handle the weight of my phone. My phone actually qualifies as a tablet. I use a Galaxy Note 10 Plus by Samsung. So it's actually a tablet that is also a phone. And I love it because the screen is big enough for my vision. It comes with its own stylus already inside. You can just push the little button and out comes a stylus, and I can use a stylus instead of my chubby old arthritic fingers. I like it very much, but because it's slightly bigger, the one time I did try to treat myself to an overhead phone holder, it just kept gotten lower and lower and lower on my desk. But if I bought a tablet one, the clamp was too big. It was expecting a tablet to be, the size of this, not the size. Mine's just basically the size of a large phone, but it's heavier. Anyhow, I'm wandering off topic. How can you tell I'm back? All right, let me pause, set a timer, and we're good to go. We'll get some work done. Okay, there we go. And I hopefully, the biggest challenge with this is the bar is right over where I can tell that I'm recording. And that can be a little frustrating. Am I recording? Am I not recording? Am I on pause? Am I not on pause? I'm going to see. Hold on. I've got to check. Sorry, it's the fuss budget in me. I've got to check. All right, we're good. I'm happy. So I'm going to need paper because we're going to ink. There we go. Let's move you out of the way. So I have a little bit of work to do left on Sybil. She's just going to be a simple little journal. I don't plan on adorning her too much because she's so small. I really think it needs to be up to the new owner how full or how simple she stays. So now I might as well get some of her done at the same time. So I usually, on the side that has the two nanas, I usually use black around the edge, but I just run it off the edge because I want a nice dark brown on the other side. So I just use black like that. It's been very mild here this week. A lot of our snow is melting. Caribbean and I just went for a very nice WALK. We had great success in both areas that you go for WALK for, if you know what I mean. Let's see. I like a little drama. I think, you know what? I'm a bit of an oddball. And I haven't been using it in ages. I have been enjoying my vintage photo again. And it's been a long, long time since I've enjoyed vintage photo. and I'm enjoying it. So this is an old vintage photo. It says new. I know it's old because I don't have any more left because I stopped buying them. I thought I didn't care for it anymore. So I know for a fact this is old and I just didn't change the label. But lately, the heart wants what it wants. So I go around the edge a bit and just warm it up a little bit, warm the ladies up. That's my Nana, that's my mom, who also went by Nana. And that's why it gets called the Two Nanas bookmarks, because it's got two Nanas in it. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't go by Nana, but mostly because my mother was still alive. She was blessed enough to live long enough to see a lot of great-grandchildren. And it just made it easier to have a different name to go by than the same name. So, now, I think I want walnut. Let's go for the good walnut. So I will do the same thing. I want a really good stain around the edge. There's cardstock in the middle of this. And then the Two Nanas side, that's simply a photocopy. I've tried using an actual photo of the photo strip, and I don't like it as much as I like the photocopy. The photocopy offers me a little more playing room. I think it's time for me to change the sandpaper on my block. This is one of those blocks that has, you can put a fresh sandpaper on it. So today is my hubby's birthday. He's 66 years young. I don't think he'll mind me telling you that, because he is very young at heart. He's into work with a spring in his step every single day. Gosh, he loves what he does. There we go. Now I want drama. Well, drama is as dramaful as us junk journalers get. Hey, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm seeing a lot of you starting to use the hashtag Classic Junk Journals on Instagram. And that's really exciting. Maybe more and more of us will be able to start finding each other, especially if you also have a YouTube channel and you link it in your profile on your Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram, think about getting it. The Instagram, I find it's very different than Facebook or TikTok or any of those. I find Instagram, because you can literally choose who's showing up in your when you're scrolling through. You choose it. I find that my Instagram, it's just always a pleasure. I follow the artists I enjoy. And it's not just journal makers. I have other artists I follow. I have some dog channels that I enjoy following. I have a fascination with people who choose to live, pardon me, who choose to live off-grid. Part of me wishes I was a younger person. Honest to goodness, I think I'd try it, even for a little while. A cabin in the middle of nowhere, off-grid, solar panels, wood stove, all of that. But it takes a young body, I think, a young, healthy body to do that, than my poor old bones. All right, new worlds to conquer. Let's do a dark brown in you. And then let's do a nice sort of a goldenrod yellow for Miss Sybil. There. So think about it. I honestly, my Instagram does not spam my email. I never hear from them in my email. In case you're thinking, oh, am I going to be getting email spams? I don't get any email about my Instagram. I just get pictures to look at and enjoy. They're uplifting. I follow a quote channel, or a person who posts uplifting quotes every day. I follow birds, someone who posts birds every day. It's just, for me, Instagram is a lovely escape, and there's no drama, which is just delightful. Hold on. I'm just getting ribbons. I find, for me at least, Instagram can be as easy as being a 5-minute break. See what someone's got on their desk, what they're up to. Maybe brighten someone else's day by telling them how much I like what they're working on. That sort of thing. So think about it. And plus you'll find more journalers like us. And we can all connect. Share our ideas. Who was I watching the other day? My goodness, I wish my memory was better for situations like this, because I like to give credit where credit is due. She used the term, she was making something, and she said, now I'm just warning you, I'm copy crafting. And I loved that. And then she gave credit, which I'm now not doing because I can't remember the person's name who mentioned it, but she gave credit to the artist who she was copy crafting. And I just thought, what a great little term, copy craft. When someone inspires you and you do your version of what they did. Isn't that a great idea? So I'm doing yellow for this ribbon. Even with a little ribbon, I do like to either cut it on an angle or even I have been known, even tiny ribbon like this, to dovetail it. It's just nice. Anyhow, Sybil seems to be getting a yellow and green kind of vibe going on her. There we go. Maybe I'll use that somewhere else in Miss Sybil. Now let's turn you over so we don't get ink anywhere we don't want it. Now, Miss Sybil, I think I've already got a pocket ready for her. Oh my gosh, I love this. Isn't that pretty? So, so, so pretty. So, see the yellow and green kind of thing happening? I just love that. God save the king. Now that he's there, we got King Charles. There we go. That looks nice. This is some of that fabric that I still have that I forgot I had, that I found it again. So it'll go there for now. We'll see. Where else? Oh, some more of Alice's paper. Hi, Alice. I stuck that in there just to remind me that it's a pocket, because sometimes it can look like it's not a pocket. Because see how the pattern matches up? It could almost be like a camouflage, like a chameleon. And oh, that is just... I sound like Lydia Bastianich when she's cooked something delicious. Just like that. We went to one of her restaurants when we were in New York City last. Oh my goodness, was it good. All right, so even though this isn't ready for my shop yet, let's do it. Shall we do it? Let's do it together. These are ready to come off. Oh boy, over 250 pages in this. Lots of genuine ephemera. I am trying very hard this year to stop the hoarding and share the love. I've got some beautiful genuine ephemera thanks to many generous people, and I've got to stop hoarding. It's just so pretty. Here we go. There they all are. Oh, it always feels like such a triumph when these can come off, and I know, job well done. Or I feel like it's well done. I wonder if I should show you a few of the little things that I did while I was working and waiting and waiting for good news. Waiting for my phone to ding and hoping, okay, good news, test results, good news. Did a few fun things. I did some hand stitching here. That was fun. A little bit of hand stitching in this one. I think I did hand stitching on the front page. Yeah, I hand stitched there. Oh, I had fun with this. 2 separate pockets, and I decorated them and just tucked, I think I might tuck a few more little goodies in there to be used for the next owner to use. Of course, papers will be going along with it. I still have a lot of photos that were left over from the original text block. Oh, I made a postcard. This was a photo from the original text block. And Nancy had a whole bunch of postcards that she said, here, do you want them or else they're going? When she and Alice and I got together last time. And at first I thought, nope, I don't need any more postcards, or else I didn't like the front of it. And then, if you remember, because I did mention it, I thought about it again and thought, no, I'm going to hang on to those because I can cover them up. And I like how that turned out. Look at those young ladies in their beautiful dresses. So now, it's a cool looking postcard instead of, oh, I can't remember what it was underneath. It was a building, building from Detroit, Michigan in it. But anyhow, so I left that blank for the next owner. Very frustrating. This is also a photo from out of the original text block and just journaling space. Okay, I gotta stop giving away too much. That's genuine. I'm not gonna get into it. That's what I eventually did with the front cover. I just simply fortified it with some glassine. Put it into our lady sleeve pocket. Another pocket over here with some adventuring ships. Some little charms hanging off it. Little fella chewing on a straw, piece of grass. Oh, I added him yesterday. See what I mean? I had to stop. I think he went in and I said, put the journal down, step away from the journal. Or maybe it was I added these. These are genuine too. That's when I thought, okay, I need to add one more cool thing, real thing, and then step away. Leave it be. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm just very happy. I added a little religious charm up here. Since it's a saint that's on the cover, there's a few little things like that in there. This was a new card, but I aged it a bit. It wasn't Hallmark, but it had one of those little, whoever it was that printed it down here. And I simply took my sanding block, and sanded it off to make it blank. And then I inked it all. I like how that turned out. That's from the original text block as well. I ended up making better use of the original text block than I thought I would. And you saw this. This was one of my things that I posted on Instagram to keep myself occupied while I was waiting for updates on my telephone. This is just a tea-dyed little blank. Some sort of card that I found at a thrift store. But I figured maybe that bird's got its eye on that nice juicy caterpillar there. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Now, what pocket should we tuck the nanas in? It needs to be a sturdy one. Maybe we should put the nanas in the elegant sleeve over here. Let's put the nanas in there. They deserve a little bit of royalty. They were royal ladies. So for the time being, let's stick those there. They represent, to me, a job well done. All right, so probably watch for this if you are interested in this journal. I suspect I'm going to try my best to have it ready for tomorrow, for Sunday. I'm going to try my best. But as ever, keep an eye on my Instagram account. And also watch out for the flip through on my YouTube, because I always release the flip through video at least an hour before it shows up in my Etsy shop. So if you see it in either of those, or follow me on Etsy as well. Etsy is supposed to let you know if I list anything. Now, you've already got that. I have one last thing I want to show you. And then I'm going to just do a few little things in here. Just some little pretty things. I'm looking through my little Victorian type fussy cuts that I've got here. Let me move this. Just to add a little bit of fun here and there. But I should show you what I found. I did go thrifting one day this week. Hubby had a day off this week. So I hit the thrift store and I found next to nothing. But I did find this. So this is the course of study and lesson aid sheets for the welding department for oxyacetylene welding. Central Secondary School. Oh, and then I found that at my St. Vincent de Paul. Better know if these are still good or not. Sometimes these rub-on things don't stick anymore, but I thought those looked pretty. I like the purple and the yellow. Maybe I'll put one into Sybil. Oh, so that was 25 cents, but they're pretty. Let me put it in there. That would look nice. I think I want to make a pocket out of her. See what I mean? The yellow and the green seems to be catching my eye. I liked this because it has regular typing. Looks like from a typewriter. Nice size, 8.5 by 11. Nicely yellowed on the edges and blank on the other side. So I just thought that's just a lot of fun to throw into a journal, to have something unusual. So I snagged this. I cannot find a year for it. It looks as though it was never used because it says name and group, so whoever owned it never, it just never got used. Much as Central Secondary School. I don't even know where that is. I guess just about every town in North America has a Central Secondary School. My mom and dad went to Central Tech down in Toronto. I think so did my in-laws. I think Dan's mom and dad went to Central Tech. One of those small world things. Public school in Toronto. My dad and Dan's mother went to the same public school at the same time, turns out. The first time we got them together for dinner. And they were looking through photos, and there was a picture of my mom and dad. And Dan's mom looked at the picture, and she said, "I know that neighborhood. That street's Palmerston Square." And my dad said, "Yes, it is. You've got a good eye." And she said, "Well, that's the neighborhood I grew up in. Did you go to such and such a school?" And he said, "Yes, I did." So then they started talking about all the teachers that they had that they liked. And my dad was a little bit ahead of her. I believe my dad was 2 years older. But they still, had the same teachers once they got to those grades. So that's one of those amazing small world things. A city the size of Toronto. Toronto's a huge city. Even back then, it was a huge city. And for them to have lived in not only the same neighborhood, but as children have attended the same school. And you know what? Maybe he pulled her pigtails out in the playing yard. You never know. She was pretty. Not that that's appropriate. Actually, I don't think my dad would have done that. My dad was a sweetie pie. He wouldn't have done that. He probably would have just told her she was pretty. Anyhow, we'll never know. This is done. This I'm going to get to work on. Hopefully maybe I'll get Sybil ready for Sunday, for tomorrow as well. Because I don't plan on doing too much. She's going to be very simple and delicate and dainty. So thanks for joining me today. Thanks for being patient with me as I was off the grid for a little while. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And hopefully we'll get together tomorrow and we'll have a proper tour through both books. Fingers crossed. Take care, everyone. Oh, don't forget, if you're on Instagram, hashtag Classic Junk Journals. Yes, we'll find each other. And you can follow hashtags. So if you go up into search and you type in hashtag Classic Junk Journals, it'll give you the option to follow that hashtag, and other people who are doing the similar work, you'll be able to find them. And you know what? I've had a few people ask, oh, but mine aren't completely made from all secondhand stuff. That's okay. I wouldn't say mine are completely either. Like this thread's brand new. I had to go to Michael's and get that thread. That's new. I'm quite sure I could go through here. The bulldog clip. There's a bulldog clip here. That's new. I bought that new. But, oh yeah, I did that. Fun. That was inspired from Anna Granath, Made by Granath. Go follow her. If you're not following her, go follow her. She makes really cool journals. I'll put a link down below. Anyhow, even if you just use a little bit, start using it. We'll all find each other and we can inspire each other. And then we can copycraft. Bye.